Most new sales roles begin with a period of high momentum. You're absorbing the pitch, meeting the team, and setting up your tools. But as the honeymoon phase ends, resistance sets in. Tasks that felt manageable a week ago suddenly carry the weight of a heavy, exhausting headwind. This is the moment where logic gives way to a single, visceral instinct, the desire to quit. This breaking point is a predictable milestone in the business development representative ramp period. It occurs with near mathematical regularity as the initial excitement wears off and the true difficulty of the role settles in. Every individual experiencing this wall feels uniquely isolated. However, data across thousands of hires shows this is a universal, systemic stage of professional development. In this high-friction state, professionals often conclude that the difficulty is proof of a talent deficit. They interpret the struggle as a sign they are simply not built for the role. Alternatively, they shift the blame to the environment. They decide the product is flawed, the training is insufficient, or the sales system is broken. These assumptions often trigger a flight response. This leads to a search for automated software shortcuts to bypass the work, or a return to the job market to find an easier environment. Escaping the friction at this stage is a strategic error. It forces a professional to abandon their growth trajectory exactly when their efforts are most likely to yield results. Learning science views the urge to quit as a recognized, necessary phenomenon. It is a biological signal that the brain is entering a high state of adaptation. Scientists refer to this sensation as felt difficulty. Felt difficulty is a biological requirement for acquiring complex skills. It indicates that the brain is no longer relying on existing habits and is instead working to build new capabilities. This mental friction is the sensation of neural pathways being constructed. Your brain is bridging gaps between disconnected ideas, creating intense internal resistance. When these pathways finally bridge and lock into place, the friction vanishes, processing the new information with a stable, efficient flow of energy. The psychological pain of learning a hard skill is the sensory experience of your brain physically changing its structure to handle a higher level of complexity. Sales environments present a high volume of variables: buyer psychology, product specs, and conversational timing. For a beginner, this represents a massive cognitive load that the unadapted brain is not yet equipped to process. This model compares a simple task to the multivariable system of a sales ramp. The intensity of the glow on the right represents the high metabolic cost required for the brain to navigate these new variables simultaneously. This high energy expenditure leads to the exhaustion and frustration BDRs face daily. You are feeling the caloric cost of building a new skill set. Think of this feeling as construction noise. It is the unpleasant, loud evidence that significant structural work is happening beneath the surface. A ramp period without friction is a warning sign. The absence of construction noise indicates that no new neural architecture is being built. Mastery requires a pivot in how you handle this resistance. While most people retreat from friction, elite performers treat it as a signal to engage more deeply. They view emotional frustration as an instructional data point. It is a gauge that tells them exactly when they are pushing their boundaries. Intense difficulty serves as confirmation. It is the objective proof that the brain is currently doing the heavy lifting required to reach the next level of performance. Succeeding in a new role requires both the acquisition of mechanical skills and the ability to endure the biological friction that accompanies them. There is a significant payoff for those who stay the course. This graph shows the peak of your desire to quit aligns exactly with your development curve spiking upward. Navigating this concentrated friction is the biological prerequisite. You cannot reach the upward curve without passing through the plateau first. Next week, we will map your specific location on this development curve. We'll examine why reading about sales strategies feels safe, while actually making a cold call creates the intense friction necessary for growth. Subscribe to track your biological progress and move from friction to mastery.